Have you ever fumbled through your FMS or McDo during a turbulent descent or struggled with the mouse to dial in altitudes, especially now with XPlane's new physics-based cameras? Well, you're not alone. But what if you could actually touch your FMS or McDo or twist a real FCU knob just like in the real cockpit? Let's talk about the two tools that seriously step up your flight sim game without breaking the bank. Hello all, welcome back to the channel. Dan here, a really rusty real world pilot in retirement. Right now I'm just a full-time simmer, just waiting on that FAA medical so I can get back into the real cockpit. Lately I've been using, I just purchased a couple tools, and I've been using WebFMC and also the Winwing FCU Flight Control Unit and XPlane 12, the Airbus Flight Control Unit. And I gotta say, I am absolutely loving these tools, loving it. Whether you're on a long haul or just running circuits, these tools, they definitely add realism, speed, and a workflow that just feels very realistic to me. And again, disclaimer, I'm not a real world airline captain or first officer or anything like that. Never flown anything above a single engine prop. But it definitely does, to me, I would assume that this is very, very realistic. Winwing does a fantastic job. So what we're going to do today is I'm just going to do a kind of quick review in these. I'm going to do a flight. We're not going to do the entire flight. I'll just show you portions of it utilizing the tools. And so you can get it basically I guess not so much like an in-depth review, but just to see how it actually works and how they work with your sim. So maybe it'll help you out to decide if you want to purchase any of these products or not. You know, you put your money into the sim. The more you put into it, obviously, the better sim you're going to have. So I'm slowly working my way up there. Yeah, with that, let's get on with it. Let's get going. All right, let's start with the WebFMC. If you've never used it, here's the deal. It basically mirrors your CDU, your FMS or McDo onto your phone, tablet, or any browser on your network. So yes, you can program your route from the couch, the kitchen, or even while you're using the facilities, if you know what I mean. I haven't done that personally, but hey, to each their own, right? It supports dual and triple CDU setups for aircraft like I guess like the MD-11, the Challenger 650, and the A320 family, and that's what I've been using it on, the A320neo. So basically that means that you can monitor multiple FMC pages at once, or you can run separate CDUs on multiple devices. There are no app installs, no clunky setup. You just drop it in your XPlane 12 plugins folder, launch your browser, and you're in business. It was very easy for me, and the support, it shows you exactly basically how to find your, gosh, I don't remember what you call it here, but basically the web address for your router, and it just pops up. It's very simple. So anyways, yeah, after you get that up and running, if you want to type your routes using your keyboard, you can. If you want this FMS CDU McDo on your iPad while you're cooking dinner or doing whatever you're doing, you could do that too. Let's not talk about if you're going to be using it, like I said, in the facilities. Leave that to each person on their own, you know what I mean? But yeah, I actually use it on my iPad when I'm inputting my flight plan and whatnot. I have my iPad turned to a vertical display, or whatever you want to call it. I turn my iPad vertical, and it fills up the whole iPad. So it definitely feels like I'm actually working with the real McDo. I haven't used it on my phone quite yet because my phone, I'm not one of those guys that has a huge phone. I just have the basic iPhone. Gosh, I don't even know what model it is. I can't remember. I think it's like 13 or something like that, but it's the smaller one. So yeah, I definitely like to use it on my iPad. The best part is, one of the best parts of it is it looks like the real thing, complete with wear effects, aircraft-specific layouts. It's very lightweight in regarding sim performance, so it has zero impact on your sim performance, on your FPS rates. It supports a growing list of third-party aircraft as well, and again, it is, to me, it's really cool. I mean, I know Winwing is coming out with, or they already have it. I believe you can, at least for Airbus, you can order the McDo through Winwing, the actual physical add-on to your hardware. Just not sure if I'm quite there yet. I might do that here in the future, just depending kind of how things go with my real world stuff. Once I'm finally able to get back to the cockpit, I'm really definitely thinking about getting my instrument rating and maybe working on commercial multi-engine and work my way up and get my CFI rating and just maybe do that in retirement. It'd be kind of fun to actually just go out there and teach people how to fly. So I don't know. We'll see how things work out. I'm kind of on the home stretch with my medical. I think hopefully it'll be the next few months. I should hopefully get it. So with that being said, give me a few minutes here, and I'm going to show you just a quick programming of the FMS or the McDo. Alrighty, so programming on my iPad here. I've got a little, obviously I've got the screen recording going. This is going to be really quick. I'm just going to go through a few things. I don't need to show you the entire programming of it. You guys that have been doing this, you know what's going on. It's just a quick to show you when I put on the iPad, it changes it on the actual on the aircraft itself, the sim. Today though, we are flying. I'm doing a flight from San Francisco. We're United 2741 from San Francisco, California, up to Seattle, Washington. That's my flight for today. Again, I'm not going to go through the entire flight, just a quick couple snippets of it, probably approach, maybe the landing. Of course, I may edit out the landing if I do not perform very well. Hey, that's the beauty of making these videos, is I can edit out my bad landings. No, if it's a bad landing, it's a bad landing, and hey, that is what it is. It is what it is, and I don't want to, I don't want to make myself look like I'm awesome and a great pilot in the sim. So, because sometimes I don't have the best landings. Anyways, let's get on with it. So, we are on the init page here, and I've just updated the database, and we're good with that. So we're going to go to init. I'm sorry, that was the information page. And of course, we're just going to insert here. So I'll kind of try to be quiet. You can hear the tapping of the keys. I don't know. Hopefully they'll pop up on the audio here. Okay, so that all information is correct. We're going to flight plan, easy KSFCO departure. I did use SimBrief for my flight plan, and then I incorporated that, and I brought it over and entered it onto ForeFlight. So I will show you a little bit of what I do with my personal use with ForeFlight and this whole thing here when I get to that here in a second. So let's get our runway in there. 28 right. The night forward with the deadhead transition. Alright, so flight plan's in. Let me head on back up to our departure here. What I do is I split my screen, back to ForeFlight.
Ground Northwest 1019, holding short.
Alright, so as you can see, I did a split screen view. For some reason, ForeFlight's only like a third of the screen. But then I just go through my flight plan and I just cross-check it against all my waypoints on ForeFlight. I don't know why I've got the VFR section hole on there. But yeah, anyways, so that's what I do, which I enjoy doing because sometimes I do make mistakes, and this is how I catch it. Is using ForeFlight. So easy enough. We'll turn this back to the vertical mode. Go back to full screen. Temporary insert. Get that in there. And as you can see, then I'll go through the rest of it. Of course, I'll go through the init page B and then my performance data and enter all there. You can see that it did change on the McDo, on the aircraft, on the sim. And yeah, it's very cool. I don't know. To me, it's a lot easier. I do like using my fingers, typing in the stuff here on my iPad as opposed to trying to use the mouse. It's a little bit more realistic. It's not completely realistic because it is an iPad, but it is really neat to do it this way. Definitely adds a little bit more of realism If I do upgrade here, decide to purchase the actual hardware from Winwing, the MIG-2, I'll do another video on that. So that's your WebFMC. I'll show you a couple pics here, using it in the other rooms during the flight, just checking the progress and things like that. We are using same intention, so I need to get up to the bathroom. I usually have the co-pilot during cruise. I'll have the co-pilot take over the comms. I'll go use the restroom and I'll come back. I generally just do that. I don't like take myself completely away from the sim. I usually just do hour and a half flights I don't know, just because I enjoy sitting here and monitoring stuff. But yeah, if you got something else to do, something going on, you can always take this with you. I hope you enjoyed that portion. I hope that helps you make the decision on purchasing this or not through the XPlane store or WebFMC. And if I recall, it was about $25 to $30. I can't remember. Very, very affordable. Alrighty, let's talk hardware. The Winwing FCU for Airbus. If you're flying Airbus and XPlane, this is about as close to the real thing as it gets. It's solid. The detents feel great. The knobs have actual resistance to them. And the buttons, they're all beautifully backlit, as you can see. The altitude heading speed, it's all right here. It's right at your fingertips. Easy, it's just to reach out and grab and change that information, the heading, speed, whatever you need to change. There's no more mouse hunting on mid-approach, especially with turbulence, trying to zoom in and get those knobs to turn specifically with your mouse and the mouse wheel, or even turning off the physics-based camera just so you can get a heading in. Because I've had that issue before where I just could not. It was just so turbulent. Here you just click, you rotate, and you fly. It integrates perfectly with XPlane 12, and it works like a charm with aircraft like the ToLiss A320 family. And yes, it supports push-pull logic, just exactly like the real FCU. That I will demonstrate a little bit later in the flight. Yeah, Winwing, they also offer the left and right EPIS control panels if you want to go full Airbus mode, have a full glare shield up there. And honestly, I've been eyeing those two. I'm not sure, again, depending on what happens here in my future with the real world, I may add those down the line, but for now, this setup does everything I need, and it's made flying airliners way more immersive and a lot more fun. And the workflow is wonderful doing it this way. I love it. Seattle Center, United 2741, for requesting descent.
United 2741, descend via Hawks 8 into Seattle.
Roger, descent via Hawks 8 into Seattle, United 2741. Hey, 24,000 feet is our first altitude restriction, and we're going to do a managed descent. Perfect. Well, this could not be more perfect. All this turbulence going through this precip. So quite turbulent.
United 2741, speed 250 knots.
Roger, speed 250 knots, United 2741. 250. We'll pull it.
United 2741, descend and maintain
Here we go.
2900. Maintain current heading 345 vectors for the ILS runway 16 right approach.
Roger, descend, maintain 2,900. Maintain current heading 345 vectors for the ILS runway 16 right approach. 2741.
Alaska 9530, contact ground on 121.7.
There you go. Perfect.
Ground 121.7, Alaska.
I'm going to descend just a little bit faster. I'd like to get down. Just for 2,000. Vertical speed. Turn right heading 090, descend maintain 1,900 to establish on the localizer, clear for the ILS runway 16 right approach, 2741. Okay, so here we go, 090. And down to 1,900. There a little bit faster.
United 2741, contact Seattle Tower on 119.9.
Arming approach. Pilot 2. Roger, tower on 119.9. United 2741. Localizer is captured. All right, we are preparing for those autopilots to come off. And autopilot's coming off.
100 above.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, retard. 10, retard. 5.
Nose coming down. Versus green. 100 knots.
2741, welcome to Seattle. Contact ground on 121.7.
Ground on 121.7. United 2741. 80 knots. 70 knots versus normal. And there you go. Ooh, I was having a little stage fright there, but I think I did all right. Get off the runway, clean this up, contact ground. Seattle ground, hello, United 2741, we're clear 16 right on November. Taxi to the gates, please.
United 2741, taxi to Echo Gates via November, cross runway 34 center, then cross runway 34 right, then Bravo.
There we go. Roger, taxi to Echo Gates via November, cross runway 34 center, then cross runway 34 right, and then Bravo, United 2741. That's what I'm talking about. So here's the thing, WebFMC and Winwing, the Winwing FCU, they do two different jobs, but together they take your sim from good to like the pro level. You've got your FMC on your tablet, your FCU on the desk, and your mouse can finally take a break. It makes flying feel smoother, more natural, just like you're actually managing a real cockpit, not just clicking around. And again, I can't emphasize it enough, with the new physics-based camera and the turbulence, the turbulence alone makes it more realistic, but when you're trying to click with your mouse, zooming in, trying to get to those knobs, using that mouse wheel, it's just a pain, man, sometimes. So this is just way more realistic. The WebFMC was a more affordable option, and the fact that I can run it on my tablet or even on my phone, it makes it super portable and easy to use, so that's another big takeaway for that. You can take it with you if you need to, like again, you need to go do something around the house, and you got to use those facilities and you just want to make sure you're not going to miss anything during the progress of your flight. It's right there. You take your phone with you. As I know everybody takes their phone into the bathroom, to the restroom, the facilities, I should say. Let me say facilities. I know that happens. Hey, no big deal, man. It's all good. So yeah, anyways, the big win here is workflow. You're handling flight plans on the touchscreen. You're adjusting speed and altitude with real knobs, and everything just flows. There's no digging through menus, no mouse fumbling, just a smooth pilot-style experience that gets you operating like you would in the real thing. So I can't stress enough how much this has changed my simming. So my personal recommendation is if you can afford the FCU from Winwing, go for it. If you can afford them, do even better. But again, if you want to get the WebFMC, you can do it, like I said, on your phone or on your iPad, whatever you're using. The plus there is it's portable. You can take it with you. So, you know, kind of weigh your options as it goes. It just depends what you want to do with your sim as well. So if you did enjoy this quick little review and it's helped you, that's awesome. Outstanding. I'm really happy that it did. But I would really totally appreciate it if you could just hit that like button. Maybe perhaps think about subscribing to the channel, sharing it. That would be wonderful and outstanding. I would certainly appreciate that. Drop me a comment, maybe a comment what your experiences are if you have the FCU or even if you use WebFMC. Let me know what you think. If you got any tips for me, hey, I've only been doing this for a little over a year, at least on the sim. That'd be cool. But anything, yeah, appreciate that, really would. I'll put the links to both the products in the description below if you want to check them out. And again, just, hey, fly safe out there, and we will catch you in the next video, and we'll see ya.